If you remember a few weeks ago, I mentioned that 4-year-old Asher Rayburn was found at the bottom of the pool in Moody Gardens in Galveston, Texas. He was pronounced dead at UTMB the very next day. His family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Moody Gardens, claiming, now I want y'all to listen to this. Hey D, how you doing? Claiming the hotel did not have any staff members on duty to monitor the area. The suit claims several misdoings by the hotel, such as failing to monitor the pool and adequately train the employees, as well as failing to intervene promptly or take immediate action and not have proper safety equipment, policies, and procedures in place. Asher's father is seeking $1 million in damages. Now, y'all know when I listen to all of that, I have to just play it back over in my mind. And I know losing a child probably has to be extremely devastating. I can't even imagine. But where were the parents for the 4-year-old to get loose and get in the pool and go to the bottom? And now they blaming the hotel for not having staff to monitor the pool. Where were the parents? And see, Tola said the same thing over here in TikTok. Where were the parents? Because when I think of a 4-year-old, I have a 3-year-old granddaughter and a 6-year-old granddaughter. I cannot imagine my 3-year-old getting away from me at a hotel and there's a pool and I not know that she's going to the pool, nor my 6-year-old granddaughter. So where were the parents when all of this happened? Since they're saying that the hotel failed to intervene promptly. So why didn't the parents intervene promptly? And I'm not trying to flip it and saying it's the parents' fault, because I know they have to be going through right now because the child died. But when you're suing somebody, it makes me have to look at it from a different perspective. Why did they not intervene promptly? Why didn't they take immediate action? Because these are the things that they have in a lawsuit. Sometimes if you turn your head, it can happen. Okay, I get that, Lincoln Projects. LaShonda saying maybe the family couldn't swim. Okay, I can see maybe a family member couldn't swim. But wouldn't you immediately start screaming to get other people's attention? Trying to, I don't know. I guess my first instinct would be to try to get in there and get them. Because a hotel pool, it's highly unlikely a hotel pool gonna be more than, say, 6 feet deep. Most adults are, let's say, 5 feet tall. I don't know. It's just when I read all of this, I said, but where were the parents? The responsibility is the parents 100%. Parents should still be close by. Let me see. No. You jump in, period. Okay, Lincoln Project say you jump in, period. And they're saying, why didn't they take immediate action? But did the parents take immediate action? You know, I always think about self-accountability. I don't care what the situation is. Everybody has a level of accountability in whatever they're involved in or whatever their children is involved in to a certain degree. But if you have a 3-year-old, your accountability is to stay with the 3-year-old, 4-year-old, make sure that child is safe. And I know things can happen. I know they can get away from you. And speaking of getting away, look, I ordered this for my little 3-year-old grandbaby. So if we're going somewhere, because I know she's 3 years old and she wants to move around and have a little freedom. But I found this online, and I know this is totally off topic, but when we were saying how you don't want them to get away from you, this goes on her arm. This goes on my arm. I actually got 2 for the price of 1, and I have the other one in my car. And then this has a lot of stretch, so she can have some room to move around a little bit. But if I'm in an area where I don't want her to get away from me, I don't have to just hold her hand, and she can kind of still play around a little bit. But when I think about accountability, what did the parents do to make sure that the child was safe in the pool area? If they were in the pool area, did the child walk away from the parents? Why wasn't somebody aware of where this child was? Let me see. GPR says it falls on the parents. We can't take for granted that a small child will be disciplined. Right. I know for a fact my 3-year-old grandbaby is busy. That's a typical toddler. Just want to explore. They want to go. They want to see. They want to do. They want to play. And you have to keep your eyes on them at all times. Teddy said there's a sad situation. I didn't hear about that. Right. I talked about this it happened on the 1st of July. I think I talked about it maybe the 4th or the 5th. when the child had died. But I was online today, and when I saw that they were suing the Moody Gardens, I said, oh, hey, that's the story I talked about already. But now they're suing them. So I said, I'm going to kind of stay on top of that and just kind of watch and see. I'm sure Moody Gardens is probably going to settle with them somehow and give them some type of monetary compensation, although we do know no amount of money is probably going to heal those parents' heart for the child that they lost. But I'm sure they're probably going to settle and give them a sizable amount of money. With this being said, they're going to have to send all of their employees through some type of training. They're going to have to make sure they're going to start having a lifeguard or have better signage around the pool that says you're swimming at your own risk. They're probably going to make sure that there's better locks on the doors. They're going to make sure that they have more stuff at the pool for safety. You know how they have the life, what's those things, the ring thing? What you call that? Life preserver? Is that what it's called? They're probably going to have the long pool things where you stick it in, somebody can grab it. You know, this is going to force Moody Gardens to come up with different policy procedures and processes for them to start using at the pool. A hotel pool can't be more than 6 to 7 feet deep. Okay, and see, I was just saying that I probably figured a pool wasn't more than 6 feet deep. Now, we don't know how tall the parents were. We don't know if the parents could swim. But there still, in my opinion, has to be a level of accountability for the parents. Not that it's their fault that the child died. That's not what I'm saying. But why wasn't eyes on a 3-year-old, 4-year-old? The child was, I'm thinking about my grandbaby. The child that passed was 4. What are y'all thoughts? Are y'all thinking like me, or y'all think that the hotel should have had better security and safety measures in place? But on Facebook, Teddy is saying, yeah, I'm sure it's a backstory that will eventually come out if they're taking legal action. Oh, yeah, you know they're going to pull out video camera footage to show every step the family made the whole time they were there. Because they probably have video cameras every place you are in that hotel. They have cameras. So they're probably going to try, the hotel is probably going to show that the parents were negligent. The family is now suing because they're saying that the hotel is negligent. So I'm curious to see how all of that's going to come out. The hotel on babysitters, also their safety signs. See, that's what I'm thinking. Even if they don't have a lifeguard, I know they have to have some type of safety signage just because of laws, especially with pools and water and those type of things. I'm sure they had to have signage around there saying swimming at your own risk, don't do this. You know, it has to be a lot of that around. So why wasn't it observed? And I know this probably sounds horrible because it sounds like we're saying that it's the parents' fault, but there's going to be a level of responsibility on both parties. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to turn out.